bucket drops from helicopters to try to slow that spread because the indirect control lines that we have constructed for the Whitewater fire, this fire is within that indirect control line. So we're just trying to slow it down to buy us time to go ahead and utilize fire to secure the Whitewater fire and this fire simultaneously. We're coming up on the Whitewater fire on the south side, burning mostly in the wilderness out to the east, but it's also coming out of the wilderness on the west side where we're actively taking control action using fire to secure
the forests, the wildlife around us. I'm aware that thousands and thousands of acres are burning or have burned. They're burning now, even as I speak. And they're burning as close as a mile away from me to the east or so, and about 1.5 miles away from me to the west with the Scorpion fire. So we've got Little Devil, Scorpion, Whitewater, 11, 12,000 acres there, just in our little area. I've stood at the middle of that footbridge several nights during the last week, 2 weeks, and seen trees explode into flame, even groups of trees that are standing in relief. You can see light from behind them, and suddenly, boom, and flame lengths going up 80 and 100 feet above the crowns of those trees as that fire came up that little incline and hit the trees at the top of a ridge crest and just exploded them into flame. I mean, that's outrageous to see the power of fire.
To me, the land is letting us know that fire is a part of where we live, and we need to build systems and tools to make us resilient to that. I think when you look at this situation, and now being in a position where it appears the existential threat to Breitenbush has mostly passed with the rainstorm that's come in and slowed the growth of the fire dramatically, we can all let out a sigh of relief and then ask ourselves, at the beginning of this, how would we have liked to have been positioned in relationship to the physical land, in relationship to finances, in relationship to our community, and try to get to that place for the next fire season.
So we closed down and we sent all the guests away, and most of our staff away.
When we decided to go to evacuation level 3, I was really impressed with how staff came together. And there was a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear, a lot of people not knowing if they're going to get their livelihoods back or if they're going to be able to go back to their homes. And, people kept it together. People helped each other out. I think a lot of people immediately started thinking about their own self-care in the interest of being able to continue performing at the level that they did, and also responsibly get themselves and their belongings off land.
For me, it was really sad that we had to obviously evacuate, lay off over 70 people, and towards the end, things happen really fast. So normally our summer season goes until the end of September, and so that ended a month early, and so we were telling staff that had counted on income, being part of the community, having a house, having a job, all the way through the season, that they now had a few days to pack up and leave.
I don't know if anyone has repeated this yet, of what Mr. Paul Westphal mentioned last night. This is not an emergency, it's an emergence. And we're being called to leave this place and spread our light out into the world. And I feel really excited about that.
It's my year anniversary of being here as a fill-in on September 3rd. It's an interesting way to celebrate a cycle.
It's weird to leave my home. I'm here with my cat, and this whole thing has really made me rethink what's important. And so I've really been getting rid of a lot of stuff and hugging my friends more, and spending a bit more time connecting because I won't see them for a little bit.
The last couple of days have been so powerful. I've been on the verge of tears so many times, and I'm not a crier, but this week's been, I've been a little bit of a crier this week.
Love you guys.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in really good hands. The people who are sticking back are probably the most qualified people to
to hold down the fort.
Yeah.
So we're leaving with the knowledge that everything that can be done will be done.
Yep, exactly.
And it's in the land's hands now.
Grateful for all of you that are staying.
Thank you.
Yeah, lots of prayers and blessings for this land. And I liked what you said about the land will do what it needs to do.
We have people within our age groupings from late teens all the way into their 70s. I mean, in all of that broad range of age groups, here working and living with the co-op. So a lot of people who've been here for quite some time have been definitely uprooted and had to find homes. One of the great things is that so many of our guests and alums from prior times offered spaces for us. So even though the Red Cross came and they set up centers for us, for any of our people if we needed them, we had more offers for places to stay than we had people who needed places to stay. It's really a great thing. We've got deep roots that way.
The guest support has been incredible. The love and the light and the kindness, the protective light circles that they've been doing for us, and donations, definitely incredible. And without our guests, we would never have survived this. And so, yeah, big thank you to our guests.
Heather said we had one guest that actually called in pizza for us here 2 different times and had it delivered and covered the tip. We've just been amazed at the outpouring, and I feel personally very blessed to have been able to do this piece. I know a lot of our community has felt maybe a little helpless not being able to help directly with this, and so I feel very blessed to have been able to be a part of this. I really miss everyone. Miss everyone a lot.
This is what our crew has trained for, and these are everyone in here are current or former ES2 firefighters, so thank you for rallying. This is the solid team.
From being a very well-organized set of teams working for the common good, which is how we're organized as Brighton Bush Co-op, we had to shapeshift on a dime, shapeshift very quickly into an organization where we have 2 groups of 10 people each, one here at Brighton Bush, the other at the Emergency Ops Center at the coast.
So your deposit will be $48. I'm just charging you the first night's stay today.
We've had a lot of small donations. The Cascadia Radical Ferries are putting together a funding campaign for us. We've had quite a few people donate their deposits after the reservations were canceled due to the closure.
Yeah, we've seen about $2,000 worth of donations come in from guests who had reservations during the period of time of closure, and they've just converted those to donations. We also saw about $100,000 worth of people willing to accept credit vouchers instead of refunds, which was a huge support to the community. One of the biggest single chunks of support we got were people willing to do that.
I'm just really looking forward to going back. I'm so grateful that the rains came, that our homes were spared, our community's still there. We get over 35,000 guests a year, and Brighton Bush is such a special place for many, many people. So I'm grateful to be part of the team that's going back to offer that to our guests.